Hello, welcome to Randomos, another weekly video of AmiAmi figure pre-orders. It's the 30th of March to the 4th of April 2026. Links for these figures will be in the description down below like normal. Quite a few figures this week. It was a bit of a jam-packed week, and there is also a non-scale, non-figure we'll be looking at as well. Just saw it and I was like, oh, interesting. So that'll be towards the end of the video, but yeah, we'll get straight into these scale figures that are up for pre-order. Idolmaster, shiny colours. Chiyuki, white pearl version 1/6 by Union Creative, 32,010 yen. We've seen a couple of Idolmaster ones before, very similar style, where they're in their sort of schoolgirl outfit or magical girl outfit, with this sort of talisman spiral pattern underneath. So yeah, it's not the first time I've seen it. Covered one last week, I'm pretty sure. They're fine, paint job wise. Maybe a bit on the more expensive side for what they are, because there's like not tons of shading, but they're fine, cute sort of magical girls. If you're into Idolmaster, then yeah, there's at least we're seeing more figures coming out for this gacha game. Shion Alphine, Chinese dress version, regular edition 1/6 by Charm, 27,720 yen. Coming out in December. This one I quite like the look of, actually. Sort of Chinese dress figures have always been pretty nice, especially obviously with the open window that she's got going there, showing us her nether region and obviously her long legs that she's got going on. So yeah, I like the pose. I think the table comes with, yes, so the desk you get with it, and a tin badge. So what's this in Great British pounds? So it's under the threshold for importing loose in the UK, so you won't have to pay import fees for that at least. But yeah, she looks really good. Very sexy looking figure, possibly worth a shot. Although when it mentions regular edition, you will get to a non-regular edition towards the end of the video, should I say. Then we've got a Fate Grand Order Saber Altria Pendragon, second Ascendant Court Scale by Freeing. This is a re-release of her. She actually came out in 2022, which I think I actually did do a video on, if I remember correctly, when I started this channel back in 2022, or halfway through 2022. So yeah, so this, I thought this looked familiar. Yeah, she looks obviously Court Scale of her in her Ascended form. She looks pretty good as well. I think it's fine. A bit more pricey than what she was 4 years ago, obviously. I think nearly 10,000 yen or 6 and a bit thousand yen, so a bit of a price markup. Single shipment as well, with the fact that she's obviously quite wide and deep because of the dress she's in. And the sword having the effect parts as well. I think you get 2 swords as well, because that's a clear sword, and then we get a actual coloured sword of her, you know, non-magicalized version. So yeah, both looking fine. Probably worth getting a hold of if you missed out, at least. And it kind of shows that Freeing might be willing to actually do re-releases without doing the whole like bare leg bunny style figures that we've had before, or different colorways, which we've had like with Tiger, where you get her in her actual tiger outfit, and then in a like a white outfit as well, bunny suit. So we hopefully Freeing do know that the people do want these figures. It's just obviously in the aftermarket, especially if they're very well sought after, they're just extremely expensive. And then character vocal series Hatsune Miku 16th birthday version, 1/7. Single shipment of this one, 29,390 yen, May next year. I'm pretty sure I've seen this before, or at least very similar Miku figures with this musical instrument wings. So this might be a re-release, but I'm almost certain I've seen something very similar to before. There's so many designs of her, they kind of start looking like each other, or there's only, you know, minor differences. A lot of them obviously include instruments and musical notes and things like that, elements throughout them, so they do kind of start looking like each other, unfortunately. But it's a very nice looking figure. Just not something I would get into. I don't want to jump into the Hatsune Miku realm and then be into the funnel basically, and then just having to buy more and more Miku figures. So luckily I don't. I've restrained from that. I've got one Miku figure and that's it. Okay. Another Idolmaster, Tamari, 1/7 by Kotobukiya this time, 22,190 yen. This one is fine. I think Kotobukiya generally solid manufacturer, solid paintwork. I think it's just whether the style suits you or if the character, you like this character in the game. But they've done a figure for you. Nothing bad to say about it personally, and no sort of elements to pick out. I guess this sort of wire skirt that it's got going on is a bit of a different take. Definitely a bit more of a fashion stance, I guess you could say, but that's about it. Then we got the Blue Archive Asuna school version, memorial lobby version 1/7 for 18,800 yen. March 2027. Obviously, Asuna Ichinose. I've got her figure by Alter. I think Alter, and her bodysuit. So yeah, I'm really glad I got that. So her in a school outfit, she obviously is a very sexy looking figure. Love the long blonde hair. Love the outfit, the school dress. Very simple, but that's fine. And I do like the hearts or ribbon. Ribbon that she's got going on here. Very nice, very well endowed in the chest area, obviously. Like normal. I think her chest actually might be a bit. No, about the same size proportion-wise between the two, I'd say. So I think the proportions are all right. Very long legs, yeah, just a very nice looking figure, and it's good price actually. A bit cheaper than my Asuna Ichinose back there. Then we've got Blue Archive Neru. Cool sign double 1/7 by Good Smile Company, 25,400 yen, February 2027. So this is obviously a lot more expensive than Asuna, but there's a lot more going on with the chains and weapons going as well, and more dynamic pose. Support rod's a bit of a letdown, but the fact that she's jumping, it kind of makes sense that they have to do this. You have to have that as a weak point, unfortunately. For it, but overall it's very dynamic and action-packed figure. She looks fine overall. It's just a bit more expensive and not very cute. She's definitely a bit more aggressive, I would say, in this. So, but not for my personal take. I've not played Blue Archive. She looks fine overall. There's nothing bad about the figure. It's just not the character that I would personally look at buying. Then we got Data Live Kurumi. Witch style version 1/7 by Furyu, 24,020 yen. Coming out in December. Okay, so we've got quite a few Kurumi figures, her in a standard outfit that have come out in the past, and they've always been very nicely detailed in the outfit as well. This one, I do like the hat. I do see, obviously the hat's the big witch kind of foretail there. Foreshadowing there. The outfit is very simple, I would say. One leg, full stocking, 3/4 stocking on the other leg, with a decal, like rose decals. It's fine, and the paint job looks okay. I do like the arm dress, semi-translucent as well, going from black to red. It's a very nice figure. I just don't think like the detail that she normally has in her outfits from past figures, they've always been better. They're a lot more intricate, whereas this is a bit more safe. I guess a bit more simple, but they're still charging 24,000 yen for 1/7 scale figure. And I guess the names, they're hoping to draw a lot of attention to it as well. But with the amount of Kurumi figures out there, you could probably find one that you like the style of, or you feel is worth more money, since those ones, in my opinion, have generally had better attention to detail throughout the whole figure compared to this one. I do like the hat in this one, but I don't think the hat suits the rest of the outfit personally. I think if she was more in her more dress aesthetic, where she's actually in her big flowery dress with a massive skirt, then the witch hat I think makes more sense then. But apart from that, is a fine figure, just not my. Is a bit lacking for the price. We've got Keddy Cole. I got a couple of these. Love Live Umi Sonoda by Kadokawa, 9,900 yen, non-scale. So this is going to be 16.5 centimeters in height, so 1/8 ish, I'd say 1/8 scale, close to 1/8 for the actual height, or pop-up braid height, I guess you could say as well, if you want to rough estimate if you've got pop-up braids. Looks fine. Paint job. Obviously there's no shading on the outfit. The only real shading's in the hair on this figure, and a tiny bit in the leggings. So she looks okay. And then we've got Katori as well. Again, hair sculpting looks better in this one with a little bit of hair shading. And that's about it. And then we've also got Honoka as well. Less hair, but much better sharpness and gradient in the hair shading with this one. So they've all got slightly different quality differences, but the hair is always, I think, is good, the center point of each of them, since you want to look at the face anyway. So the hair obviously frames the face, and generally want a good hair shading in most figures at the bare minimum, even at this price point of 9,900 yen. So she looks fine, and that's just a set as well. And there's more expensive versions which comes with tapestries or clear files, I think. I'm just not going to include those links below. Obviously, they're a bit more expensive. Then we've got Doro Hedoro, Devil Awakening version 1/7 by Midicos Entertainment. 22,260 yen, December 2026. I know nothing about this IP, but I do like the outfit. It gives me Berserk vibes with Guts is in his Berserk armor, but I think that's just with how like the clothes and how everything just looks. The hair sculpting is fine. The head is a bit small, at least from this angle. It does look like yeah, potentially just maybe long legs. She looks good overall. There's a lot of attention to detail. Sculpting looks really good. Paint job looks really nice. And you get a nice amount of skin, I think, being exposed. Don't think she's cast off. Some people have thought that she might be cast off, but I don't think so. But yeah, nice looking figure, and it's Midicos Entertainment. My Midicos Entertainment figures have been of Black Lagoon, have been amazing. So yeah, of Reverie and Balalaika. So yeah, really good looking figures. Definitely a great manufacturer, definitely in my top 5, I would say, manufacturers. So I think execution wise is going to match what's here. It's just whether you know the anime this is from and you really like the anime. I don't know if it's an older anime personally. Let me know below. Tanned Succubus Chan 1/6 by Athena, 21,340 yen. I do like tanned girls. But she's definitely a bit more on the lolly side, so not something I'm going to be interested in getting personally. I do like the swimsuit, but if she was a bit more, proportioned, I probably would be interested in getting this figure. But everything looks fine on this one. I don't think there's an issue, and with her being 1/6, and obviously with Succubus makes sense. It's a Succubus in the name, so she looks fine. And you get a couple of extras with this one. You get a tin badge and an acrylic block as well, so fine extras, I suppose. They cost them nothing really to put in there. B-Style, Azure Lane, second freeing figure this week. Shinano, fancy complete figure, 44,000 yen. Single shipment as well. This should be quarter scale, yeah, quarter scale, 50 centimeters in height, so it's definitely on the quite tall side. Great looking figure. I love the outfit, very rich blues. Love the pose as well. And these are actual stockings, 3/4 lengths that they've got going up her legs. So yeah, looks really nice. The tail, that's the only thing I'm a bit worried about. The fur tails is paint transfer from the fur tails onto her hair and onto the suit and onto the legs, and potentially even the shoes. So that's my only worry, really, is you're probably going to want to wash that a fair bit just to make sure reducing that paint transfer and bleeding. But the hair looks really nice, sculpted really well. Potentially cast off. They don't mention it, but like they did with Taiho, Freeing, and Bremerton, they didn't mention they were cast off in their casino-themed bunny suits, and they were cast off. So based on how this is sculpted, these cups aren't pressing into her boobs, so it could be cast off. They could be sculpted underneath there, so that's something to be watchful out, and that's coming out in November. Then we've got Kedakol, the Melancholy of Haruhi, 20th anniversary, 20,690 yen, February 2027. Quite nice looking outfit. Sculpting and paint job looks really good. I really like the blues, and the hair shading is really nicely done as well. Nice painted desk. Great figure, I think, for 21,000 yen. The fact that you get the desk and the figure as well is nice. I don't think any other extras. If you want to pay a little bit more, 2,000 yen more, you can also get a declaration faceplate instead. So you get two faceplates, which is this one up here, where it looks like she's a bit more angry and shouting at you. I don't think they've got a close-up photo of it, to be honest, which is something they should do. Normal, and there we go. So there, not much closer, but yeah. So her confrontation faceplate. If you want to pay the extra few thousand yen, definitely within the import less than £135 anyways here in the UK. Hatsune Miku Little Bird version on 7th by Kyodo, 19,800 yen, January 2027. Very cute figure. I do like the outfit. I love the like she's in a nest with birds as well, and that she's just hatched from an egg. So very adorable, very nice looking figure. Definitely a great Hatsune Miku figure, and definitely a bit more unique as well. I think perfectly fine Hatsune Miku figure. Plain Girls with Flashy Underwear 1/6 by Saki Anim, 8,910 yen. Schoolgirl outfit, she's flashing her panties at you, or undressing herself, looking back as well. Like the proportions, like the sculpt work. Not anything extravagant in the paint job, but for less than 10,000 yen or less than 9,000 yen, that's kind of to be expected. You're just buying this because it's just a very sexy looking figure with a very nice bottom here, and then you can spend just another 1,000 yen and you get an acrylic card and a wall scroll for an extra 1,000 yen, which I probably wouldn't even bother with the figure being so cheap. If you not that bothered about extras, I'd save the 1,000 yen. Put that towards shipping personally for this, for the deluxe version. So yeah, great looking figures, and I think if you're into budget figures, it's a great one to get a hold of as well. Yeah, nice proportions, nice sculpt work, just nothing extravagant in the paint job, but there's some highlights in the sculpting. You can see they've done some edge highlighting brown on the black outfit, so a good looking figure. Another great looking figure, Angel's Holy Water, Milia by Sue 1/6, manufacturers Hanabi, 18,610 yen. Great looking figure. I really like the proportions. I love the pose. Love the outfit design. The sort of the holy priestess aesthetic is really up my alley as well. Really nice looking figure. Love the sculpt work and paint job in the tights as well. Massive chest area. Love the hair sculpting and paint job, and like the face as well. It's framed really well. And the milk, holy milk carton as well. Yeah, great looking figure. And there is a slightly more expensive one, deluxe edition, which just comes with a shikishi and a wall scroll, which I probably would, because I really like the figure. I don't hope it's not as pale as this. This is obviously just a sample. I'd hope a bit more contrast at least. And yeah, we get a wall scroll and a shikishi as well. So yeah, great looking figure. Potentially worth paying the extra couple thousand yen or 3,000 yen for the extra pieces. It depends on you personally, but I really like the design. This is one of my favorites this week. Yukiya, illustration by Saro, 1/6 by Kiwi Toys, 10,790 yen, November 2026. Great design, very big chest area, obviously. Twin tails girl, samurai girl. Yeah, great looking figure. Like all the proportions, like the outfit, a lot of leg, a lot of side boob. Yeah, fine figure, I think, for 10,000 yen. These sort of budget figures are very well designed and painted. And the one leg stocking is kind of a turn on as well for me. So yeah, great looking figure. And that's the regular edition. Then you get the deluxe edition, which comes with a bunch of extras: a Gengar Ball Skull, Shikishi, and an acrylic stand for an extra 2,000 yen. I would save the 2,000 yen, use that for shipping. Again, it's not something I would want to have all these extras for. If she was cast off for this, yes, but she isn't cast off, obviously. So yeah, you just get a bunch of extras. I do like the acrylic base as well, the semi-translucent. Only problem with these sorts of acrylic bases is that decal is going to be underneath, and depending on how you put her on your shelf, they are easily scratched, unfortunately. So apart from that, great looking figure for the price. Then we've got Tularu Darkness, Mei Kurosaki, 1/6. Unit creative, 17,600 yen. It's another Tularu figure with this renewal package version. I think it's kind of like a re-release. She looks great, like they always do. Sculpting looks really good, and I really do like the hair paint job and shading as well. It's very, very high hot pinks and very dark reds as well in the shadows. So yeah, great looking figure. I think overall, yeah, it's fine. I haven't watched Tularu, so I can't say how great the figure. Like I don't have any draw to this IP at the moment. But it's a great looking figure, and obviously there's quite a lot of interest, quite a lot of figures already out there from Tularu. Kadokal Scum of the Brave, Aki. It's one of the new animes I've not watched. I think it's from past season by Kadokal, 19,900 yen. She looks fine, I think. Like the face, sculpting, pose, paint job, it's fine for 20,000 yen. I think Kadokal done a good job again. It's just very clean, precise paint job and sculpting. Yeah, I think the hair's a bit flat compared to the shading on the outfit, but apart from that, everything looks great. I think there is there's this one which comes with additional faceplate, I think. Flustered face. So flustered face is okay. I like these sweat marks. So I don't think I've ever seen a figure have an alternative faceplate that has like the sweat patterning as they are when they're in anime when they're flustered. But that's 22,000 yen. Both options are viable depending on which one you want. And then we got Precious Gem series, Digimon Tamers, Beelzemon and Behemoth, 25th anniversary. Single shipment for this one makes sense for a 40,000 yen figure coming out in September. Very nicely detailed. These sorts of big bike or when there's a vehicle included in the figure, it kind of makes sense that they're generally just going to be expensive and single shipment as well. Yeah, like the detailing. I've not watched Digimon in bloody decades, so I don't know how good Digimon or how what the interest of Digimon is currently. But yeah, great looking figure, and he is 18 centimeters in height, 30 centimeters long, so still a bit small for 40,000 yen. It is nicely detailed, painted, and weathered, but still for 18 centimeters. I guess sitting down, he is sitting down, so he's probably nearer 1/7, 1/6 scale probably for the actual Beelzemon himself, and Behemoth is the bike, I'm guessing. But yeah, it's a fine looking figure. I just thought I'd include it because it's quite a nice centerpiece, especially if you're a Digimon fan. Then we got Lucria, Gakuen Idolmaster, another Idolmaster figure, Kotone, by Mega House, 27,500 yen, September 2026. Very floral, very happy looking figure with this sort of neon sign name going behind. Support rod, hopefully that's semi-translucent and not a brass rod. Yeah, she looks fine. Bit cute, maybe a bit on the more expensive side for a 1/7 personally for Mega House, but the colours are all vibrant. Not tons of shading that I can see in these photos. The dress is pretty flat, and there's not really a lot of shading that I can tell from her blonde hair. It's so bright. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think she's worth that price, to be honest. And here's the item I was on about. Azure Lane Life Size Tanemaru Cushion Taiho by Soft Garage, 9,900 yen, June 2026, or late June 2026. Tempted to get this one just to get a cushion because I've got the life size Opie 3D mousepad in the same style as well. I purchased a couple of years ago. And that was quite expensive. This is obviously a lot cheaper. This is a cushion, not a mouse mat, obviously. But yeah, this is the sort of detailing that's got going underneath, or the cushion underneath. Yeah, it's an Opie cushion you rest your head against. If you're lying down on the couch or on your bed. And what's the proportions of this? Is 56 centimeters in height, 41 centimeters wide. So it might even be bigger than the actual 3D cushion, 3D mousepad that I've got. And I think that's by Soft Garage as well, if I remember correctly. But that one you couldn't get through Amiami. I actually had to get that through a proxy, since the Opie mousepads, they only sell it on the JP site of Amiami, not on the international site, unfortunately. So sometimes you might want to check the JP site if you're interested in the more restricted items that they can't port out. Yeah, so if you want me to do a video on that, explaining about that kind of proxy service, and going over maybe some options that are on the JP site, then to show you how the proxy service kind of works, and yeah, I might do that. Just comment below and I'll see about doing that, doing a video on that. But yeah, I'm very tempted to potentially get this one as well, since she comes out in a few months, to just compare her to the mousepad I've got. And then we've got Akuma Maid Hoshu no Jikan 1/6 by Animista, 8,360 yen, November 2026. Love this figure. Tanned, when they do a maid in a white outfit and the character's tanned, it's just knocks your socks off. This is such a great and sexy looking figure, and it's kind of what you would expect from maid outfits. Normally, if they're in a black maid outfit, they're very pale, white skin figure characters, obviously. And then when they do a white maid outfit, generally they are going to be a tanned girl. It's just to give you the depth. So it's kind of I think it's a rule, that like a colorization rule that they do for design for these figures. But yeah, very nice looking figure. The skin shading looks immaculate, to be honest, in these photos. That back sculpting looks really good. Yeah, everything looks great. I love this figure a lot. Very tempted to get this one, since I have pre-ordered a lot of Animista figures in the past, but then I've cancelled them because I'm a bit tight that month, so I'll just get rid of the cheaper figures. But this one I'm very much fallen in love with, and get an alternative face plot. Oh yeah, following eyes. You get that quite often with Animista. So I'm very tempted to get this one personally, just because I really like the design of this one. Yeah, great looking figure. Now we're into the adult figures section. So these will not be linked below, of course. We've got Feeding a Cow 1/6, painted by Bedroom Honey, 18,810 yen, February 2027. I don't quite like the color aesthetic. It's very pastel. But the design I really like, leaning over this fence that she's got, very well endowed chest area, and the fact that you can have milking fully cast off with the milking apparatus applied, very well big in the chest area. These kind of look like 3D renders potentially as well. I think just the colorway, I think, is kind of giving that off. But very tempted to get this figure as well, because it's quite a good price for a cast-off figure as well. Yeah, and obviously fully cast off in the nether regions. Yeah, great looking figure. I'm very tempted to get this one. And then we got the Shion Alpine Chinese dress special version by Charm, 35,640 yen, so a 8,000 yen markup. about 8,000 yen, I think, to get a cast-off version. Again, I love the sculpting, love the paint job, and love the design of this figure a lot. And obviously, she's just a very sexy-looking figure. The fact that she's obviously, opening her, she's basically exposing her nether region, anyways. And then fully cast off. Yep, she's a different hand option here, lifting up, showing up her Opie, and showing up her nether region as well completely. And I think those are going to be part swaps, the alternative chest part and alternative buttocks, and you get a tin badge as well. So 8,000 yen for those options. Potentially you might even get a bit cheaper after release. A lot of these sorts of 1/6 scale figures that are by Charm or by Rocket Boy have, if their pre-order doesn't sell out, it's kind of a good tell that you can just bookmark it and then wait to release. And you might be able to get it for a good price a few months after release. That's generally what I've noticed with these adult figures, which are very nice looking, but like even then you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't spend that kind of money. You might be able to nab it. So, and Charms, I think, kind of renowned for this, unfortunately, with their ones where they don't shift as many as they would expect. But apart from that, it's a very nice looking figure. And then we got Masahiro Kure. Girl in the Bath, cushion version only, 1/6 by Native, 29,700 yen. February next year. Quite nice looking figure, obviously with a shower head, and then she's got this towel that's is removable, obviously. So she's there with the shower head washing herself off. I do like the pose. The head angle's a little bit awkward, I think. But it might just be down to the angle and the fact that she's leaning back for a bit. Hair sculpting looks really nice, and I guess having the towel is a good way for at least censoring her to have in your collection if you do, have family members around or friends. So that's a nice option. If you're willing to spend more money, you can get an actual portion of a bathtub with her for 35,000 yen basically. And I think you get some cotton wool basically to act as foam for the water. Yeah, but I'd be a bit wary of that, obviously, because that could introduce paint transfer or damage the paintwork on the legs. So apart from that, great looking figure, and you get some like foam, sea foam material that's obviously she's sitting on here to support her weight, and I guess down her foot there's probably a rod there that plants her foot in so she doesn't move. But yeah, great looking figure. Potentially worth getting a hold of. I don't know. These sorts of 1/6 native figures are kind of hit and a miss. A lot of them have been misses, and you've been able to get them months after release at a discount. So again, it's one of those sorts of ones where I think a lot of people prefer the native binding court scales rather than the 1/6. But I'm glad we're getting more of these original character designs in 1/6 scale. It's just, if you really like the design, get it. But I think it's not something it draws me in. It doesn't draw me in instantly, but it is a very nice looking figure. I'm probably going to hold off and see if she gets cheaper after release. Then we got these Sabo Katai by Q6, 28,000 yen. Tan version, 1/5 scales. I don't particularly like these ones, where the proportions are so just over exaggerated, that you get these really fat thighs and fat torso areas, but tiny arms and tiny head. So it's fine, it's there if you want it for 28,000 yen. Not something I personally would be getting. And then you get the non-tan version as well. I think I prefer the non-tan one a bit better, but because the tan ones always seem to be like really shiny, that they do when you get to these 1/5 scales. But yeah, she's, again, proportions are, I think, a bit too over exaggerated personally. So that's those two options. And then we got this one, Hyoma original characters, Moso Tights 44, Rui-chan 1/6 by Hot Venus. I like Hot Venus, great manufacturer. 33,000 yen. I haven't purchased any of the Hot Venus figures from what I'm aware of. I'll have to go through my collection again to see if I do own any, but I don't think I do. But I do like the sculpting and paint job. I like this artwork as well. This figure just looks great. Schoolgirl outfit, obviously exposing her rear end, looks really nice. Love the facial pose. Toys, obviously you get some extra accessories. fully cast off. Yeah, great looking figure. And then obviously different faceplate, and she's orgasming basically with a flute. So yeah, great looking figure. I think 33,000 yen. And then there is a tapestry set version for an extra 3,000 yen. It's the same figure. You get all the extras. It's just a postcard and a tapestry as well if you want, for an extra 3,000 yen. I'd say the 3,000 yen. But again, this might be one of those ones where you potentially, I think Hot Venus have semi-frequently had their figures go on sale after release because they're not like sold really well. But I really do like the design of this one. I'm a sucker for schoolgirl outfits, so yeah, great looking figure. Potentially worth just securing one anyways, because it is a great looking figure, and especially if you do have like a schoolgirl themed shelf of these more explicit figures, because we've had quite a few from what I'm aware of, schoolgirl figures or schoolgirl outfit, you know, NSFW figures. And that does it for this week of Ami figure pre-orders. Shall catch you in another video, hopefully an unboxing this coming week after this video. But yeah, comment, like and subscribe, and shall catch you in the next one. Thanks, bye.